First thing we want to do with this cabbage is we want to core out a spot here in the bottom of it. Cut out, core out, whatever the right words are, that's big enough for a beer can, right? So I'm not going to bore you with me sitting here for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, however long it's going to take me, cutting this center out of this cabbage. But as soon as I get it cut out, we'll be back and I'll show you how we're going to get this cabbage on this pit barrel cooker. Just taking this spoon, the knife, just kind of scooped it out, tested it on my can a couple of times, make sure it was the right size. Okay, so we've got our cabbage cored out. Now, when you're doing this on this pit barrel cooker, you've got to go deeper. And I'll show you here in a minute. And the reason is when this is sitting on the grill grate, there's not a lot of space. If you're doing this on your Weber, you don't have to go down as deep, and this can ride higher on your beer can. But you can see, you've got it just like that. Now, let's talk about the beer can. This beer, there's only half a beer. You want it to be able to steam out. You don't want a full beer. What I do is pour out half of it about a half hour in advance and drink that, of course. And then let this, I set it out on the counter and let the beer come up to room temperature. That beer is going to start steaming on your grill, or in this case a pit barrel cooker, much quicker in the process if it's already at room temperature. If it's down to 34, 32, whatever the temperature is you keep your beer, then it's going to take longer to bring it up to temperature and start steaming. So let's get this over on the pit barrel cooker. All right, so let me get the lid off. Okay, it's getting ready to rain. It rained, sun came out, now it's getting ready to rain again. And if you'll see what I mean, this is almost level here. That's why you have to, when you're doing this on the pit barrel, you have to set it further down on your beer can. Now, some of the videos you see will have you sauce this guy right away. I would encourage you not to do that. I'd go at least an hour before you sauce it, right? Most barbecue sauces have sugar in them. I've never seen a barbecue sauce where you have it 2 hours on a grill or a smoker and it doesn't get too done. So, let's check on this in an hour. In 1 hour, got our cabbage here. Now, I'm going to start hitting it with the barbecue sauce. If you're interested, I'm using this Bite the Big One. It's made by Fat Bastard. This is a cherry jalapeno barbecue sauce. Doesn't have to be this one. Just use whatever you want, whatever you like. Okay. And we're just going to carefully paint this guy up. You don't want to knock him over, right? Because he's sitting on this beer can. And then I'll probably check on it in maybe 20 minutes. And we'll see if it's time to hit it with some more barbecue sauce. We'll see. Okay. Just do the best you can to get the sauce down here underneath. It's a little tricky. Now, if you're doing this on a Weber, this is going to be a little easier because I think you've got, it doesn't sit down like this. But still, I'm anxious to try this on this pit barrel cooker. Okay. There, we got our barbecue sauce. Let's let her go another 20 and check on it. Okay, we've had another 20 minutes go by. Color on this cabbage is pretty fascinating. This nice barbecue color. I'm going to hit it up again. We're getting a pretty good layer on it. I think what I'll do this time is, we've been letting it go 20 minutes a pop. I'll probably let it go a half hour. I don't think it's quite ready yet. It still feels a little firm. I mean, it really depends how you like your cabbage, right? Do you like it real soft? Do you like it crunchy? But sure looks good. Sure smells good. Total cook time on this cabbage has been 2.5 hours. Okay. I'm going to get this guy off of here. And get these out of the way. Now, if I didn't have these pork chops and this chicken and all this other good stuff on here, I would just lift this whole grate out. But you can see I have complicated the dismount by adding these other food items. So, I'm just going to lift this cabbage up, move it over to the cutting board. Okay. This cabbage has been on this beer can, sitting out for a half an hour, and this beer can is still pretty damn hot. Sorry, shouldn't have said it that way, but it's hot. And I can't wait much longer. I'm getting pretty daggone hungry. So, what I'm going to do is try to get the cabbage off without spilling any beer that's left and without burning my hand. Okay? Ow, 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 that can is hot. Okay, there's our cabbage. Yeehaw! Alright. You can see that guy is steaming, steaming, steaming from where that beer can was in there. Now, we're just going to cut our cabbage up. Now, if you like your cabbage real soft, keep on cooking it. I sort of like mine in between crunchy and in between soft, so I don't know what you call that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just chop this cabbage up, and I'll show you how we're going to serve it, at least how I've decided to serve it. Some folks, I don't know, what do you call them, vegetarians, vegans, I'm not trying to insult anybody, I'm just not smart enough to know you folks that don't eat meat. Some folks make this into a burger. You know, they use the cabbage and whatever, some onion or what have you. Okay. Now we're just going to mix it up so some of that barbecue sauce on the outside gets in it. As soon as I get this all mixed up, chopped up, I'll show you how I'm going to serve it. And it's certainly not going to be vegetarian or vegan. What I've got here is a pork chop. I made this pork chop on the pit barrel cooker. I'm going to try a little bit of that cabbage on here. Alright. Now, you could certainly drizzle a little bit more of the same barbecue sauce you use, you know, if you feel you want some more sauce. I feel I do. Now, let's give our cabbage on top of this pork chop a little try. It's probably too big, everybody will hear me chewing. How about that? Little extra cabbage on there if I can get it up. Alright. Okay, it's got some really nice flavor, but it needs just a little salt. Okay, so let me get another piece of that pork chop, a little bit more of that smoked cabbage with the barbecue sauce, with the beer can, with the beer. You definitely, now salt makes it way better. It's like night and day. You definitely got to try this at least once. This cabbage is absolutely so awesome. It's moist, full of flavor. It's still a little bit crunchy. You get a little bit of that barbecue sauce. I don't know what to compare it to, right? I mean, smoked cabbage is not something to come across every day, but I'm telling you, it's delicious. If you're not a subscriber already, I hope you hit that armadillo pepper icon up in the corner. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave them below.